Blessings, love, light, peace, and darkness be unto you. Balance. This is your girl, Empress Queen, Kenya, coming to you live recorded. Today's inspiration is going to be about, or titled, I should say, it's going to be about love. But the title of today's inspiration is Flow in Love. Flow in love. I have this thing, and I mentioned this to y'all before. Well, whereas I can meet people and vibe with them and instantly be like, oh, I'm in love. That happens with me. But it gotta be a certain kind of energy, certain person, a certain vibe, all that good stuff. What I want to talk about on this inspiration, because I am here to inspire your soul, I want to talk about love. What is love? For most people, love is displayed in action. Love is displayed with materialistic things. Love is a lot of things to different people, but let me tell you what love is to me. And this is what I always say. Love is a vibration. Love is a frequency. It is something that is to be felt, as if an emotion, sort of, kind of, the equivalent of feeling within the emotion is felt with the vibration and frequency of love. So it's intertwined within an emotion. Perhaps I can say it in that way. Love is a thing. It's not something that is quite tangible, right? But spiritually speaking, scientifically, relatively speaking, we can feel love. It's the vibration and the frequency of it that gets us into these spaces and places that we can say to another, I love you, right? So a lot of times what I have learned in this life from my own experiences is that sometimes people feel like they need to cut people off out of their lives, or they need to disassociate with people. And all of that is fine, especially when you have breakups. Some people have nasty breakups when they in relationships, and then they don't want to be bothered with nobody else. They take their time into getting into further relationships, and ain't nothing wrong with that. The caveat comes when we don't truly know how to love ourselves. And then therefore, instead of us allowing ourselves to heal and grow and expand within loving ourselves, we don't heal. We don't allow those wounds to be mended from previous relationships. And we kind of just wait a while and then jump into another relationship. That's not very helpful. So today, I do want to talk about love, and I want to talk about flowing in love. But the basis of this love, understanding what love is a vibration, love is a frequency, and the basis of what love is, as far as pursuing it with others, would mean that you would have to love yourself. Y'all know I'm big on this whole love thyself. You gotta love yourself first, because if you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody else. And the thing about loving yourself is when you learn how to love yourself, you get to know who you really are. There might be some things about yourself that you don't like. That's understandable. You can change that and work on those things. But truly beginning to love you for you and appreciating you for you. Because when you present yourself to others, you need to already love yourself. You need to already be in love with you. And then that way you can present yourself with the magic of you to them so that they would be floored, so that they would be attracted. Love is an energy. And so when people find themselves falling in love or loving someone just based upon the physical attributes, that love can dwindle away quickly. So oftentimes too, I'm all over the place with this because it's coming to me as I go. Y'all follow along, please. Oftentimes with this, people will say about a beautiful person, oh, they so ugly. They're not talking about the physical aspect. They're talking about the attitude, the energy, the vibration of that person. Because there are a lot of beautiful people in this world that are ugly. They got nasty energy. And there are a lot of unattractive people who are beautiful. And what's unattractive? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? But what might be attractive to you might not be attractive to someone else. So, with that being said, no matter the physical appearance, the attribution of love is capable within us all. Because we all have it. We all exist with love, the vibration of love. If we did not have it, we would not be. And there are different kinds of love. All kinds of love. So literally, I know some of y'all might be saying, well, what about the evil people in the world? They still live and thrive off the vibration of love because somewhere somebody loved that evilness. Somebody loves that wickedness. Somebody loves that darkness. So it's still a thrive of love vibration. It's not filled with hatred. It's filled with the adoration and love of the darkness, of that wickedness, right? So it's still love. To reroute me back to my point and the message of all of this today. Are you afraid to love? Are you afraid to be in love? A couple of quick questions. You need to sit with yourself and ponder upon these things. If you are in a relationship with someone and you know that you love them, but somewhere along the line it seems that you have fallen out of love with that being, are you afraid of falling out of love? Are you afraid of your love changing for someone? Fear will drive you into unpredictable places. But I'm here to inspire your soul today, to encourage you to first and foremost love yourself. Because loving yourself will allow you the opportunity to expand, because love is expansive. Expand and grow and heal. You can't be afraid if you truly want love. If you truly want to dwell in a relationship or relationships that involve love, you cannot be afraid. There are going to be times when you find yourself loving beings and that love may not be reciprocated. But you shouldn't allow that to hinder you from loving them. If that is how you feel, then you love. But you love according to what serves you. I'll give you an example. As I tell y'all, I'm polyamorous. My dating style is open relating. I date people oftentimes who are practicing the same lifestyle as me. But then there are times when I come across individuals who I make exceptions for because they are still really truly monogamous mindset, but they are open to me as a being and the fact that I practice polyamory. So there are those connections that I have. Now, oftentimes, I try my hardest not to get involved with people like that, because people who have monogamous mindsets oftentimes have, how do I word this? Stipulations, restrictions, certain kind of ways of thinking that restricts them from growth. Not all of them, some of them. So I choose not to be involved heavily with people like that because I don't want all the different ramifications that can come with it. So, but there have been times when I found myself in connection, in relationship with a particular being who was of the monogamous mindset but open to polyamorous lifestyle, right? And so it came into being as us wanting to know one another more. And so we're getting to know each other. And as getting to know each other, there is this energy exchange that begins to happen between me and this person. And then I realize, hey, I really, really like this person. And it's not just the fact that I really like them, but I love them. At that point, in that moment, when I recognize that I love somebody, baby, I don't hold back. I don't wait for 30 days, for 90 days, for 6 months to be like, oh, I love you. I don't do that. Life is too short, right? So when I find myself in a space, in a place where I'm vibing with somebody, I'm going to tell them I love them. That frees me. That gives me the opportunity to be true to myself. Now, what is love? Again, to me, love is a vibration, a frequency that formulates into actions and other things later on, according to the person who is experiencing the love. But it's a whole vibe. So how do you express that love toward others? How do you express love toward yourself? Like I've said before, if you don't love yourself, it's really hard to truly love others. It's hard to experience relationship and connection with other people when you don't allow yourself to have a relationship and connection with yourself first. How can you present yourself to be connected to others when you haven't really tuned into self first? Going back to a point where I said earlier, sometimes when people get in relationships, they break up and they decide, oh, I don't want to do no relationships like that no more. I'm not going to be bothered with people. I'm just going to stay to myself, yada, yada, yada. That's fine to an extent, because we all need human connection. Please believe it. You could tell yourself you don't need nobody, but you do. You're going to crave it because you're human. Now, it would be a disservice to you for you to live your life in solidarity. These people who walk around here talking about they nuns and priests and baby, living lives of celibacy, been there, done that. I ain't knocking it. If that's what you choose, that's what you choose. But I'm just telling you, people who choose those kinds of lifestyle have all kinds of hell going on inside of them because it's unnatural. And our lives aren't meant to be lived out that way. We weren't created to live that way. I truly believe that humans are naturally polyamorous beings, people who should engage and interact with others, not be constricted to only having one-to-one relationships. Somewhere along the line, somebody made that up to make them some money, to be empower, to empower themselves and to disempower other beings. In my opinion, monogamy is not natural. In what mindset is it grand to think that everything that you need within a lifetime you can get from one person? There are so many people within this world. There are so many people to experience. How can you truly allow yourself the opportunity to experience people and things if you are constricted, restricted? You restrict yourself. How can you experience life in a free and liberated state if you are always restraining yourself from exploring connection, other frequency and vibrations? How does that work? If you have had experiences like this and it has worked for you, then kudos. Tell me about it. I would love to know. Truly, I would. I'm always up for learning new things, growing and gaining wisdom and knowledge all the time. I'm always open to that, baby. So if you don't mind sharing, you can share with me. I would greatly appreciate the sharing. However, I truly believe that it is not conducive for human beings to literally only be with one partner for a lifetime. If you think about it, even up to in the Western culture and up to in the monogamous culture, up until the point of choosing the one to be with and marry, you're seeing people, you're dating, you're going out, you're going steady, you have relationships until you get married. So if you're doing that before you get married, what makes you think that needs to stop when you get married? You're constantly forever growing and changing. And because that is the case, you need to allow yourself to grow and change. And sometimes that looks like shifting gears into another relationship. Sometimes that looks like recreating your love. I literally, maybe it's a Virgo thing. I don't know. I'm a Virgo. But I love to love people. I love hard. I love loving myself. And I love experiencing people. Every individual being has a unique way of thinking, a unique way of being, and a unique way of experiencing life from their own perspective and how they have come about in this life journey. I'm interested in knowing about all of that, baby. All of it. And so when I'm taking time to get to know you and allowing you to get to know me, yeah, love might come up. Because there might be some experiences and some characteristics and some ways about you that I'm just floored by. I admire. I adore. Or I just might like the energy of you. And in being exposed to you over and over and over again, yeah, that might cause me to love you. So when that is the case with Empress Queen Kenya, baby, I do not restrict myself. I do not. I used to do that back in the day, but I didn't learn better. I don't restrict myself because if I was to do that, then those experiences that lie in wait ahead of me, I would never get to experience because I'm too busy holding myself from going through the one that I'm in. Love and flow, baby. Flow and love. And this doesn't mean that it has to be a romantic relationship every time. You could meet someone on your job that you really just have great chemistry with. You share a lot of things in common or not, and maybe the opposites attract, but you intrigue one another and you enjoy each other. Therefore, you gain a great love for that being. That doesn't necessarily mean that you gotta be dating them or having sex with them or be romantic with them. That just means that you have that bond and that connection for that being, okay? So, because that's the case, when the vibration of love presents itself, are you going to deny yourself the love for that person? I would hope not. So when you find yourself in situations like that, it's easy to just allow yourself to flow in love. When you start practicing just flowing in love, it becomes easier and easier. Flow in it. Flow in relationships, friendships, and love. Flow in relationship connections romantically, in love. Flow in it. Are you inspired today? I hope I'm inspiring your soul. Because some of y'all are looking for your soulmate and not realizing that you have many. But you can't even get to the one first because you're too busy trying to close yourself off from everybody because you done been hurt. If you allow yourself to truly love you, then you can love yourself through that hurt. Release and let go. I done been hurt plenty of times before. Please believe it. And I'm so glad that I got myself together. I forgave those who hurt me, let that go. And some of them didn't even, try to hurt me like intentionally. It just happened. Because of my outlook and my perspective on what shoulda, coulda, woulda been. And that happens with us sometimes. Sometimes we find ourselves connected with people and we foresee things to be one way when really it's not. And instead of getting clarification and communicating, we end up getting our feelings hurt because we start falling in love. It's a difference when you're falling in love and like me, and it's a possibility that ain't gonna be reciprocated the same way. But it's okay for me. It's okay if somebody don't fall in love. You ain't gotta be in love with me, baby, but I'm gonna love you all day, and I'm gonna tell you I love you. Now, if it bothers you, because I ask people because I say it a lot, but I know what I mean when I say it. Some people, when they say they love people, they be talking about some other stuff. But I know what I mean when I say it. But for some people, it might make them uncomfortable because they might be in a way where they feel like they got to say it back. Baby, you ain't got to say it back to me because I love me enough to tell me I love me. But if I'm telling you I love you, that's a way of me freeing myself from that energy that I'm feeling. I need to release it and let it go. It's for you. So I'm going to release it to you and let it go. But you don't have to reciprocate that in a verbal aspect. But you can reciprocate it in a different kind of way. And as long as I'm feeling the love, to me, that's all that matters. Because I'm not going to keep loving somebody that ain't loving me. Not, let me rephrase that. Not in a way whereas it would not serve me. See, it does me a disservice to continue to love someone or be in love with someone who is abusive mentally, verbally, physically. So if I ever find myself in that kind of situation, no thank you. I love you, but hey, that's a disservice to me. Deuces. If it does not serve me, I don't want no parts of it. Love is a frequency. Love is a vibration. We were created in love, with love, for love. Think about that. So how can we not exemplify that in our lives? We are love. God is love. We are created in the image of God. Isn't that what they tell us? I am God, though. God is within me. God is within me. If God is within me, then love is within me. I cannot constrict this energy of love that is within me to only here. That would be contracting it and not allowing me to expand and get bigger and bigger and bigger, because I want to expand and experience life, right? I want to grow. I want to have all the best experiences that this life has to offer me. And if I want to be able to experience that, then baby, I got to be open. Not closed. Not all in solitude to myself. Now, solidarity is good at some point for some people for a duration of time. But to live a long life like that, we wasn't meant to live like that. We wasn't meant to not have human connection. We wasn't meant not to engage with other humans. We were created in love, with love, for love. So, one of the keys to life is to be able to flow in love. Flow in love. When you find yourself feeling a love vibration of someone, don't be afraid to allow yourself to flow in it. You might not be like me, a person that's verbal and speak it. But if it's something that you desire to express, then express it in the way that is comfortable for you. However, do realize that it is important for you to acknowledge and be aware of how others treat you when you show forth your love. When you give off your love frequency and vibration to others, what does that look like? What does it feel like as far as in return? Now, I'm not telling you to only love to be loved, because I love a lot of people who don't necessarily love me back, because I'm a lover of humanity. Some people don't even know I love them. But at the same time, I have that love for them. I exemplify that love that I have in my frequency and vibration by doing certain things within the earth to show forth that love as best as I can. So, hey, today, my love for the birds and the squirrels and the ducks and the frogs or whatever else is outside my windows, my love for them today might be not to litter. I love them. So I'm going to decide today I'm not going to put things in harm's way for them. Instead, I'm going to do something nice that would, contribute to a better environment for them. That's showing love. Instead of cutting down the tree in my yard because it's not as pretty as all the other ones, I'm just gonna go give it a hug every day. That's me showing love in the best way that I can for that tree. I might water it or try to see what I could do for it, but that's me. I'm gonna talk to it, I'm gonna love on it. That's me. That's what I do. So, in your thinking today, how do you flow in love? Think about it. Are you afraid to love? Have you been hurt so much in your life that you just like, you know what? I'll be in relationships with people, but I'm not falling in love. That's a disservice, baby. What's the point of being in a relationship with somebody if you're not going to allow yourself to love them? What kind of foolery? Now, I'm saying it like that, but I done did that before too. I told myself, I said, okay, I'm going to see. I'm going to go ahead and kick it with them, but I ain't falling in love. I'm not doing that. And literally, I would emotionally detach. Literally, I would not allow myself to feel nothing. No kind of way. I was doing a disservice to myself. And I kind of stayed in those kind of situations for a minute. Being unhappy. Justifying my discomfort by their actions. When really, it was me all along. Because I decided that I wasn't going to allow myself to truly love. So, again, I ask you this question today. Are you afraid to love? Are you willing to allow yourself to be loved? Do you even know how to love? Some of us have blockages. This music that I'm playing right now in the background is a love music meditation. Open heart chakras, love frequency 528 hertz. If you want to slowly get yourself into a place of feeling love and being love and loving on you before you start exposing yourself to other people in connection and loving on them, listen to some music like this. Make it a daily meditation. Get you some rose quartz crystals and just have them in your hand and just get that energy all in you. Because some of us have some blockages. Get your heart chakras open. Oh, look. Heart chakras is everything. Having your chakras aligned, period, is everything. And so when your heart chakra is blocked or unaligned, that's a big thing. I'm not going to give you all the specifics of it, but look into it. It's important that we know these things when we are seeking a better way of life for ourselves. In order to be free, happy, feeling love, filled with joy, that's just certain things that we need to do. And part of that is always, the foundation of that is always self. You are the foundation of everything. Everything begins with you. Everything begins with you. Your life journey, what you deciding to do in your life going forward, it begins with you. What you want out of life? Do you want love? Do you want to be loved? Do you want to give love? If that's the case, then baby, you got to flow in it. I want love. I want to be loved for others. I want to experience love. I cannot be afraid When I get into relationships and things are not going the way that I want it to go, I cannot be afraid. I love myself through it. If it's a time of release, I release them and I let them go, and I love them from afar. The love shifts and changes. Now, it may have been a romantic love that I had for them before, but by the time the shift happens, it may be more of a platonic love, a brotherly love, a sisterly love. You know, love energy is defined by the connection of you and the being, or you and the thing. Because some people is in love with things. Truth be told. For real, for real. So, as I burn my Palo Santos and I get this good aroma all in my nostrils, and I bless the air with love and cleanse it, I say to you, be encouraged today. Be inspired today to flow in love. Love on yourself. And if you don't know how to love yourself, I would be more than happy to help you and assist you in learning how to love you. It seems like a trick question sometimes. I know, I get it. Because some of us really don't know how to love ourselves. We've been taught so many different things, and we think love is one thing, but love is something else. Some of us need for love to be what we need it to be for ourselves in a season. The kind of love you need in this season might not be the same kind of love that you need in the next season. You have to be on the vibration and frequency of knowing which love you need, right? So, as a spiritual life coach, Empress Queen Kenya is here for you and willing to assist you in every area that you need assistance in. When it comes to loving thyself and embracing truth about you and who you are, and learning how to be able to grow in love, expand in love, heal in love, I am most definitely here for you. You can DM me at Empress Queen Kenya on IG. You can schedule a consultation on my website, www.empressqueenkenya.com. If you want a reading about love, you can also schedule a reading on my website. If you want to see what tantric vibes and sexual vibes look like, you can follow me on my IG at Empress Queen Kenya 55. I love me, and I love to express the love that I have for the lifestyle that I live. Now, I said earlier, some people love things. Some people love acts. Some people love materialistic things. I love the vibration and the frequency of sex. I love the vibration and the frequency of tantric energy, sensual, sexual, spiritual. I love that. And because I love it, I honor it in many different ways in my life. Y'all excuse me, I had to step out for a second, come right back. All right, but yes, I love that. I love those things about me. Now, when I was younger, the world told me that the love that I had for those things in myself, that it wasn't right. They called me a heathen. They called me promiscuous. They called me all kind of derogatory names. or what I learned after I began to love myself, was that I am a free spirit, a goddess, cosmic being, filled with great balance of divine feminine and masculine energy. And I just choose to express myself in a visual way that most women who constrict themselves are uncomfortable with. And most men who like to disempower women are also uncomfortable with. Because I am confident in my being and my love vibration and everything about me. I'm very confident, baby. And for some people, that's a problem. But for me, it's not. So, rock and roll with it. If you can, you can. If you don't, you don't. So, as I close out this video, I hope that I have said something that inspires you today. Don't be afraid to love, whether it is in a platonic relationship, a friendship, a romantic relationship, or just in general. Do not be afraid to love. Flow in love. Love in love. Love the flow of love. You will be surprised where opening up in love within yourself and within your being, you'll be surprised how far it gets you. It will get you very far. If somebody had told me today that my life would be the way that it is now, I would say, no. I am living a blessed life. Truly. But it's all because I learned to love me and put me first. And in my doing that, in my loving me, it created an atmosphere for me and created a vibration for me to love others even more. To be able to connect with others who I can love. And learn how to engage and release and let go when it's time. Because I'm okay if somebody leaves in my life that I love. It may hurt, even in death, y'all. I'm trying to be with y'all somewhere today. Just really tell y'all this. There are people that I love. And even in death, when they transition, I'm still loving them. But I release them and I let them go in love. Because it does a disservice to me to hold on to them like they still here. Now they may be in different realms, but that's a whole nother conversation. In different realms of life, they are somewhere. The energy of them are somewhere. But I'm talking about in a physical aspect in the earth realm. They're not here. And so I have to release them in their energy and let them go. But I release them with the love that I have for them. And still, I'm able to have that love for them within my being. But I set them free. And who knows? Because of the way that I believe, you never know when that love comes back to you. You know, they say if you love them, let them go. It'll come back. So that love may come back to me in a different kind of vibration and frequency through someone else. But if I'm stuck on just being with that one person or having that one experience, then I'm never going to be able to experience anything else. If I'm bitter about an experience that I had that I didn't like, and I'm not allowing myself to heal and grow and move forward, then I'm never going to get to experience anything other than what I've experienced. What kind of life is that? So, for those of you who have heard the words that I've said in this video. I thank you. I thank you for your time. I thank you for your essence. I thank you for your attention. I thank you for your love. Because it takes love to actually sit and watch this video all the way to the end. I have filled this video with love from the beginning to the end. It is sealed. And so I pray that this day, if you have not found love yet, that you will begin to know that it's within you first. Excuse me. It is within your heart. It is within your being. Got in my nose. Within your heart and within your being. That is for you. It is love. It will always be love. Excuse me. Somebody don't want me to say it, but I'm going to get it out. That's what they would say. The devil is a lie. But it's okay. Because I made it through. I made it through the moment. And somebody needed to see me make it through that moment. Sometimes this is going to be profound. Sometimes things in life will come to choke you up, and choke you out. But what you decide to do with that, how you respond to it, that's what makes all the difference. Because I got the smoke in my eyes, my nose, my nostrils, all in my throat. I could have just cut the video right then and there. No, baby, I'm going to finish it. Why? Because I have a love to inspire the people, to inspire your soul. And today I want to inspire you to love. Love on you. Love you first. Excuse me, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I have given all my information. Please follow me on IG. Please like and subscribe. Please follow me. Oh, I said that already. Go to my website, www.empressqueenkenya.com. Love, light, and darkness be unto you. Balance. And at the end of the day, remember, always flow in love. Ashe.